Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. This is our meditation time this morning. We'll be in meditation for about 15 minutes. I'm Reverend Lee Height. Glad to have all of you here in the space with me this morning, and everybody out there on the internet. We're glad to have you here. I'll start with a short reading, and then we'll go into meditation, and then I'll bring us back out. So take a breath, settle in. And I'll be reading from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, founder of Centers for Spiritual Living. And he writes in his section on the teachings of Jesus, he writes this: Love is the central flame of the universe, the very fire itself. It is written that God is love and that we are his expressed likeness, the image of the eternal being. Love is the self-givingness through creation, the impartation of the divine through the human. Love is an essence, an atmosphere, which defies analysis, as does life itself. It is that which is and cannot be explained. It is common to all people, to all animal life, and evident in the response of plants to those who love them. Love reigns supreme over all. The essence of love, while elusive, pervades everything, fires the heart, stimulates the emotions, renews the soul, and proclaims the spirit. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Words cannot express its depth or meaning. A universal sense alone bears witness to the divine fact that God is love, and love is God. And let's take that into our meditation this morning. God is love, and love is God. Slowly, gently, we bring our awareness back to where we're sitting and take a deep breath. Let it go. And gratitude and thanksgiving for our time here to just sit and be and allow to be in love with life, in love with each other, and in love with the presence that is love itself. We are so very grateful for this time and for each other, right here and right now. So wiggling our fingers and toes and allowing our eyes to gently open. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you at the top of the hour for our service. Thanks for being here.
That's coming up not next month after next. Yeah. No, in the courtyard for Easter, for our celebration.
Oh, is that Easter too?
Hmm?
Easter? When's Easter?
20th
Of
April.
April.
Oh, late this year.
Yeah.
Late this year. Anybody have a funny joke? Appropriate for church?
Glad you clarified that one.
Mm-hmm. I know you guys. No? Well, it is Pinocchio Day. Did you know that?
No.
So no lying because your nose will grow.
I gotta believe you. Boy.
Very good.
Your nose will grow.
What is Pinocchio Day?
I don't know.
Just a day you're not supposed to lie?
I don't know. It popped up on my Google thing this morning. It's Pinocchio Day. And I went,
For real?
there you go. For real. I'm not
That
kidding.
means you can
I'm
lie.
kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Are you awake now?
That wasn't a joke, was it? Woo. Wow, that's
I just licked my finger.
You heard a joke this morning and can't remember. All right. Are we broadcasting, Mr. Steve?
That's how it's done, yes.
Okay.
All right,
Mr. Lee.
here we go.
We just start rolling.
Let's rock and roll. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How is everybody doing today? Good. Good. All right. Stop posting, Lee. Oh, okay. So, nope. Skip the song. We're going just straight into stuff. Good morning. I'm Reverend Lee Height. Welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. It's Sunday, the 23rd of February. We're glad everybody's here. And welcome everybody on our virtual community. Thank you all for your patience as we work through our technical difficulties this morning. And welcome anybody here for the very first time this morning. We're glad you are here as well. And hope that you find us to your liking. If you would like to stay up to date on what we're up to here at the Center for Spiritual Living, please sign up for our Saturday email, which is filled with all kinds of information and news and inspiration about our community. You can sign up online in the lobby, and we'll keep you up to date with what is going on. You can also find us on Facebook and watch our live stream there as well on Sunday morning, and see our recordings later on in the later on in the week. And also feel free to visit our website at scottsdalecsl.org. Please be sure to check in and follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We have a very vibrant and alive spiritual community here at Scottsdale CSL, and we're growing and happy to meet new friends each and every week and look forward to experiencing Spirit with each of you as we share our mission, our vision, and purpose for being. So would you join me as we speak those into the service now here this morning? Oh, we can't do that. I can do it line by line. Okay, here we go. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. For personal and community transformation. Our vision is a world that works for all. Our purpose is to awaken to our spiritual magnificence. And so it is. All right. And now it's time for our sharing of our gratitude. Oh, are we done? Joseph Murphy writes, as you express gratitude, you align yourself with the infinite source of abundance. As you express your gratitude, you align yourself with the infinite source of abundance. So before we dive into everybody sharing gratitude this morning, Reverend Jill has something to share.
I am very grateful for you guys, for this center, and for celebrating our 10th anniversary. Yay, us. And I announced it last week at our annual meeting, but I wanted to announce it in service today that we are having our 10th anniversary celebration Sunday on Easter Sunday, which was our first Sunday in service here in 2015. And so we're going to do that on April the 20th. And we'll have our regular service. Then we're going to adjourn to the patio for a catered luncheon We've got tables and chairs all being brought in with covers so we don't get too much sun. There'll be a chef preparing your entree for you. And it's going to be a delightful event. And I'm happy to say Miss Jennifer will be with us at our garden party, singing her lovely songs for us as we share food, fun, fellowship, and celebrate our anniversary. So we are selling tickets for this since we're catering. And we recommend a donation of $50 per person. You can always give more. It helps a lot to go along the way. And you can sign up in the lobby. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
All right. And thank you, Reverend Jill, for 10 years of wonderful service here. Yes. All right. Gratitude. So anybody, I have gratitude. I just got reminded. And I always have gratitude. Anyway, I'm grateful to be here and be here with all of you. But I have a day job, 40-hour a week gig that I do. But today is my 21st anniversary with Banfield Pet Hospitals. So, yeah, which is now, anyway, long story. But yeah, I'm grateful for that. So they've been very, very, very good for me and wonderful people to work for. Anybody else have gratitude this morning they would like to share? Oh, thank you. Anybody? It can be big, it can be little.
Okay. The last year has been a little challenging, both physically and mentally. And I would like to express my gratitude to my partner, Victoria, for a wonderful support and love. Thank you.
All right.
Hi. Hi, you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So I used to travel a lot and do a lot of road trips. And the only state I hadn't been to was Alaska. So for 30 years, I've been thinking I need to get to Alaska. So I'm going on Tuesday.
Well, I'm grateful for my sister Ann being here. And I'm also grateful that the first lady that looked at our condo has bought it. So we're not happy to be leaving, but it's being easier.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm happy to be here too.
All right. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Okay. Good deal. Thank you. All right. Let's shift gears. All right. So y'all turn with me for our invocation. So here in this moment, we pause and recognize the one power and presence that is God, an infinite spirit of life and love and joy and peace, this and so very much more in this and every moment. We are grateful for this time that we have together, acknowledging our infinite and ever-present and eternal unity with this one power and presence, not just those of us here, but everybody throughout this world. We're grateful for this time to gather. We're grateful for this practice of the presence. And we include in our time of blessing this morning anybody anywhere around this world engaged in their own spiritual practice. For we know that in this spirit there is only one, manifesting and expressing itself in an infinite variety and tapestry of ways. So we know that as we are gathered together, we are truly blessed and are a blessing. That Reverend Jill's message this morning is one filled with insight and enlightenment and inspiration for each and every one of us. We're grateful for this and so much more. We're grateful for each other, for the volunteers, and for our spiritual family here, our community, as it grows and expands each and every week. For a truly one in spirit right here and right now. So our time together is blessed, filled with joy and love and laughter. And so we let it be. And so it is.
You are there. You are a blessing. 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 You are blessed. 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 You are a blessing. You are a blessing. You are a blessing.
Good morning. Just a few announcements. I'll get those out for you. We're once again hosting our Grateful Gatherings fundraising events for 2025. Anyone can host an event. The host provides the theme of the event, and most of you have been, so you know. The minimum bid per person, the total number of people who can attend, the date, location, food, beverage, and entertainment. And then the participants, congregants here will bid. Say there's an event that can take 8 people. The largest 8 bids will be awarded, and then that's who will go and determine the price of the event. So there are a lot of creative ideas out there for hosting an event, virtually unlimited, as long as it includes some type of food, beverage, and entertainment. Locations can be your home, partner with somebody else, your office, a park. This facility, options are unlimited. Your imagination is the only limitation. So sign up if you want to be a host at the front table today. Did you have something, Valerie? No. Valerie's full of ideas too. So our prayer circle will be meeting on March 9th after service, and everyone is welcome to pray. It's a marvelous experience. It doesn't take long. We spend some time in a circle doing our affirmative prayers, and it's a magical time. Mark your calendars also to join us for Brunch Bunch at Picasso's Healthy Italian Kitchen on the 23rd of March after service. Everyone's welcome. After the message this morning, Reverend Jill will open the microphone for any questions or comments or thoughts that you might have had during her message. So there's pens if you need to take a note, pens and paper out in the basket. And remember, just hold that thought, and afterwards, Reverend Jill may be able to illuminate that for you. We love music here at Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living, and today we welcome back the lovely and talented Jennifer Sheets with If Love Is Why I'm Here.
Thank you. Good morning. If you're comfortable, please feel free to close your eyes and just relax into the message. The song is by Karen Drucker, If Love Is Why I'm Here. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. If love is why you're here, may you be an open channel. If love is why you're here, may you give and then receive. If love is why we're here, let us be an open channel. If love is why we're here, let us give and then receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Yes, if love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Yes, love is why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. So if love is why we're here, are we that open channel? Are we giving and receiving? As we're completing our series this month, asking the question, what would God do? What would love do? Same thing. What would love do? I'm looking today at love in the world. And I've been contemplating this message all month and really going into meditation and questioning what is the message in that title. That title was picked a while back. What is the message in that as we conclude this whole month of asking ourselves that question? What would love do? And what kept coming up for me for the entire month is be in the world but not of it. Be in the world but not of it. And this mystical saying is attributed, of course, to Jesus. And it's in the book of John. And he's talking to his disciples about their mission in the world. And it's right after the Last Supper. It's right before he's going into the Garden of Gethsemane to get arrested. So it's kind of like his last little words to them. In the world, but not of it. It's like, what does that mean? It's very mystical, isn't it? What does that mean? As it became more clear to me where this was going, I looked back across all of our messages this month and particularly gave a lot of thought to what we've said and what we've asked as we've walked through these 4 weeks, 3 weeks. What I noticed is that a lot of questions here in my minister groups that I'm in my social groups and networks that I'm in, a lot of them have to do with us and them. And us and them becomes the reflection of what we're seeing in our country right now. In one of my social groups, I heard the question posed this week, what's your metaphor for God? And they went on to explain that God is ineffable, it's indescribable, it's infinite. And we all have some metaphor that we've made up about what that is, whether it's something we've been taught or whether it's some experience that we've had that we define spirit, essence, presence, the universal source to be. Some still believe that it's the guy in the sky that's kind of the authoritarian. And some have a different belief of a personal relationship that they have or a personal experience that they've had. What is the metaphor for God? This led me to realize that all of the metaphors, the judgments, the opinions that we hold are simply stories that help us to make sense of our relationships with others. Because whenever someone says something or does something, we don't really know why, do we? We think we do. We make up a good story. They did this, they said that. I know why they said that. I know why they took that action. I know why they're behaving that way. We do it in politics. We do it in our business life. We do it in our families. We do it in our friendships. We're constantly doing that. We're constantly making up the reason why things are happening. We want to find out. We have this desire to know, do we not? Why? I think a lot of the current anxiety that we're seeing is based on the news stories that we're seeing on our screens. And bear in mind, those are someone's opinions, right? Those are someone's judgments, right? And no matter which side of this Dodge thing you come down on, whether it's yay Dodge, clean it up, or oh my gosh, they're horrible, fire them all, it really doesn't matter because we all have an opinion about what is happening and how it's happening, don't we? I do. Everybody does, right? And that's okay because we're human. Congratulations. We're all human. And we get to have these opinions, strong and powerful, or quiet and kept to ourselves. Now, I personally don't watch news coverage anymore because I realized that it made me unhappy and disturbed me. And I have enough to be unhappy and disturbed about in my life without listening to that stuff to bring more on. I read headlines to get the gist of what's happening. And if it's important, somebody will tell me. Somebody will tell me. So when I go to the gym, and there's TVs everywhere, and there's 5 different news stations, and there's 5 different points of view, I'm reminded that it's all perspective. It might be the person who's talking's perspective. It might be what they've been told to read, their perspective. And it might just be in an effort to sell more advertising. Are you aware most of the time of the food that you're putting in your body? Most of us are. Generally, we try to eat more healthy, right? Most of us. Isn't it just as important to be aware of what you're putting in your mind? Example. A couple weeks ago, Ron and I started watching an old TV show called Cold Case. And if you're, I love that show. If you're not familiar with it, it's a female detective who takes an interest in these old, cold murder cases from like the 70s and 80s. We watched a couple shows for a couple nights, and I started having nightmares. So we stopped watching them, needless to say. My sleep pattern has calmed down. But it was a great reminder about what goes into our minds that can affect us at the subconscious level and then come out in my dreams. Now, I don't know if it's because I was high school, college during the 70s that I related to these events and things or what it was, but something about that show just wasn't for me. So I was off with that. But again, it was a good reminder. What am I putting in my mind? Not only my body, we know if we eat a bunch of cake, our bodies are going to get bigger, right? What happens to our minds? What happens to our minds when we have a junk food diet there? What programs or even viruses are you installing in your mind? How much good stuff are you choosing to put in? You ever, like the holidays when we have all the rich foods and the sweets and all that stuff, and sometimes you come out in January, I'm just eating salads for the next week. I need to detox my body. We just have a feeling about that. The same is true here. What are you doing to detox your mind? So we have the good stuff and the not so good stuff. Positive and negative. Polarity. Polarity. Last week, someone said that our country is polarized. And I agree. I think we are polarized right now. So, being your minister, I went in search of polarization, spiritual teachings. Now, Ernest talks about it in The Science of Mind, but I went back further than him, probably to his source, which is from ancient Egypt around 300 BC, they think. They don't know, they think. A long time ago. And there's 7 principles, and they're recorded in things like the Emerald Tablets, if you've heard of those, the Kabbalion. Number 4 is the principle of polarity. And it says, everything is dual. Everything has 2 poles, and everything has its opposite. Equal and unequal are the same thing. Extremes touch. All truths are half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. There's the other 6 if you can read those. I think everything has a duality. I think everything has a duality. Because we're beings of choice. And if we didn't have 2 things to choose from, why would we need to be beings of choice? So we have all these opposites that we get to decide what we're going to choose from that. Hot, cold. Light, dark. Good, bad. Dualities are 2 sides of the same coin. And they differ in degree with the observer's perspective. Let's think about hot and cold. Hot, cold on a line. Hot, warm, tepid, cool, cold. Where does hot become cold? And then there's degrees of cold. There's 50-degree Arizona cold, and there's minus 20 Wisconsin cold. Those are different, aren't they? Those are different. My idea of cold may be different than your idea of cold. Some people like ice in their water. Some people don't. Room temperature is cold enough. Choice. On the spectrum of temperature. Choice. When we think of disease, it seems to come on all at once. It's there all of a sudden. But disease starts out as health. And it goes from health to not feeling well, to sickness, to illness, to disease. And then we have degrees of disease, do we not? Maybe it's a common cold. Maybe it's COVID-19. We have degrees. Darkness is nothing but absent of light. Health is the absence of disease. Duality, y'all listening? Duality is actually unity because of the principle of oneness. Duality is actually unity because of the principle of oneness. Now, Ernest is going to help us out a little bit. Ernest Holmes, author of The Science of Mind, tells us a lot about duality and polarity. And he says the term duality does not necessarily mean conflict, but rather balancing forces. There are really two ends of a pole. On the physical plane, we humans swing between pairs of opposites, joy and despair, sickness and health. As we become illumined and rise in our thought to the plane of reality with a capital R, at the apex of the triangle, as it is symbolized, we can see the pairs of opposites in their true light as one, the two ends of the base of the triangle. When I read that, my mind went to a visual of a one-dimensional triangle, and sitting at the very top of it, looking down and seeing both ends of the base of it. Because I was high enough up, I could see both ends. And as I did that, I thought that was a great analogy. And another way to demonstrate it is with these photos of the Great Pyramids. The one on the left, we only see from that perspective two sides. We only see two sides. The other one, from way high up, we can see all four. Now, when we're looking at just those two sides, we're making something up about what's happening on the other sides. Who's over there? What are they doing? What are they up to? They must be up to no good. What's the story we're making up about it? Is there even another side over there, or is this all we see and it's flat? The world is flat because we can't see beyond the horizon. What story do we make up? But when we rise up to the pinnacle, we can see there's nothing there but four sides. I love his analogy. From what vantage point are you viewing life? Are you looking at two sides of truth, or are you looking at four? Are we caught in the world of effects? What perspective are we viewing life from? The Science of Mind teaches us to turn away from things that we do not desire and turn towards the ones that we do. Have you ever heard that before? Once or twice? Excuse me. Ernest says to affirm the truth and deny the negative does not mean that we practice duality. An affirmation of truth and a denial of its opposite are the same thing, since each affirms the supremacy of the good. Again, he's speaking of opposites. In spiritual mind treatment, we're taught step one is, what's the condition? What are we praying for? What is the icky thing we want to be different in our lives? Look at it. What is that thing? Now we turn away from it and we focus on what it is we want to call in, which is usually the opposite of this, isn't it? If this is illness, this is health. We turn away from it and we focus on what we want to call in. Accepting polarity as oneness is a big concept. How can who was it, Einstein, that said holding multiple conflicting thoughts in your mind without going crazy is a sign of a genius? Where'd that come from? But can we hold both ends of the pole, the whole thing, and know that it's oneness because we live in this system of oneness? Can we hold the dark with the light? Can we hold the disease with the health? Can we hold it all from that higher perspective of the apex and look down and see it all as one? I think when we can do that, it can help us to better deal with the opinions, the multitude of opinions that are there, the judgments, the metaphors that we've all made up, with less anxiety, less wrong making. When we think and make others wrong, it triggers the fight or flight chemical process in our bodies and flushes all that stuff through us. Do you notice when you hear something that you disagree with that you get upset? You can feel it. When we can elevate, we don't have those feelings so much anymore. We can see the bigger picture. I invite you to contemplate where you are on the pole of right making and wrong making, because both of those things are happening right now. There's a group that's making everything right. There's a group that's making everything wrong. And there's a whole lot of right and wrong stuff going on. Where are we in that right and wrong making? And can we climb up that pyramid a little bit higher and start to find some balance? Start to find the oneness for our own sakes. While it's all still one, we can rise to the higher vantage point and live at more peace. And remembering it's all temporary. Remembering this too shall pass. Whatever it is that you're dealing with in your life, whether it's politics, whether it's health, whether it's relationship or lack of relationship, this too shall pass. We're old enough in this room to know we've seen it pass, have we not? Hang in there. We're going to be okay. After working with this message this week, I've come to the conclusion that all spiritual teaching and all religion is based on one basic idea: love one another. Love one another. And when we can elevate and we can do that, we see that the great commandment of Christ, he spoke it. It's the teaching of oneness in the science of mind and metaphysics. Hinduism suggests that all existence is ultimately connected. Universal reality called Brahman. Buddhism teaches oneness and that life and the environment are inseparable and that we're all connected to everyone and everything. Oneness is central to the Jewish faith and the belief in one God, as it is in Islam, in the practice of Tawhid, one God, God is unity. So all the major faith traditions have oneness, including ours. My invitation to us today is to rise up to a higher vantage point, a point of God's view, of win-win, of no favorites. Fill yourself up with the good. Release ideas of them. Embrace ideas of us, of we. Look out into the world with the eyes of God and find hope through a higher perspective. So if you would like to learn more about this, you can sign up for our Mindful Monday, which is a newsletter that Reverend Lee or I send out on Monday mornings. It's a recap of the day's talk with the quotes and notes and also the practice. This week I had a lot of practices for you. I had 10 practices of oneness. I had this, that, and the other. And when it all came down to it, your practice is love one another. Take every opportunity that you have this week with every friend, every relationship, every enemy, and every stranger. Love one another at some level. Find love. Find love. And now it's your turn. What are your questions about love in the world?
I found that everything you've said today has what has been on my mind for the last maybe a month, and about being in the world but not of it. And I have decided and made a decision about politics and those things that what I can't control, I'm not going to let control me. So that's a distancing, which is a choice I've made. And then I decided that I needed to have a more focus than that. And I looked at my neighbors in my neighborhood and I said, what can I do to make this work better? So I have a wonderful relationship with several of my neighbors, and I walk their dogs and do all kinds of things because they aren't always able to do that. And I just found I'm totally removed from that. And it is a higher place somehow. It's I used to think that would be avoiding everything, but I just can't control it. I know what I want and I focus on that, and I'm up here above it and allowing the people that are here to fight and the people that are here to make a difference to know that I love and support them. So
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And, I don't want to discount the folks that do want to go out and take a stand. A lot in our movement right now are going that direction for social justice. And if that's something that calls to you, I wholeheartedly support you in doing so. It's not my personal choice. I'm more in the camp with Diane of I'm up here and I'll see the good, and I'll let this happen down here, and I'm going to hold my prayers and my high watch. Mm-hmm.
when I was younger.
Oh, yeah.
Very active. And we can also vote with our pocketbook, and we can, but I do think setting those intentions of what you want and how you see it are really a great thing. They're very powerful.
Well, it's affirmative prayer, is it not? You're living an affirmative prayer. Is that you?
Well, in my career, I was a mediator for the court system and for corporations. And so you'd be dealing with people who had absolutely opposing thoughts. And what the premise that we started with is you both have a piece of the truth. What is that truth that you both agree on? And then you build from that. There's always going to be things that you don't agree on. But like with my friends, that we have differing political views. We love each other, but we are definitely on that. So we love our country.
Bingo.
We can start with that. We love our country. Maybe have different ways of doing it. But we can only, as you were saying, we can only do what's ours to do, whichever way it is. But it isn't being bitter to one another and devaluing their opinion, but is to build on that truth that you each have.
Beautiful. Beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Jane.
The people that I walk with every day at home and in our county are definitely one way, not my way. And we simply don't talk politics.
There you
We
go.
love what they're good people and love them for that.
Exactly. Thank you.
And I have something different from all of that. The message, love one another. My son is proposing today. And I'm so excited. And I just took a snapshot and I said, this is our perfect message for today. And so that was wonderful. So thank you. Good luck and God bless you, Cameron.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wonderful. Anyone else? We have a little extra time today. Anyone else? No? All right. I can have that back there. Thank you for your comments. I do appreciate them. I always love your sharing and what you do in the room here. It's wonderful. So I think we should pray. Would you join me? As we go within, recognizing that there is one power, one presence, one life, and that is the infinite source and substance of all that is. We call it God, we call it source, we call it wisdom, we call it love. For it really doesn't matter what we call it. What is our metaphor for it? Whatever that is for you, hold that in your mind right this moment. Whether it's a relationship or a feeling, whatever it might be. And just know your oneness in it, that you are of it, that that is your source, your supply, your creator, the love that you are. And that in that we are all there together. All of us in this room, all of us on this planet and beyond, beyond the beyond, the beyond that we can imagine. For it is infinite. And everything's in it. And so I speak my word this day for each and every one of us, knowing that as we do our part in this world, whatever that part may be, whether it's on the front lines or whether it is in consciousness, I know that we are all moving forward in love, in peace, in harmony, and in the knowingness of the divine right order and action of this system that we live in. And understanding that all of it is temporary. And that it all falls away and rebuilds and falls away and rebuilds. And it's how we respond, how we are with it. And for me, I choose love. I choose peace. And I choose to know that God is my source. And as I anchor in those truths, I allow myself to climb higher into that apex of the pyramid and to see with the eyes of the divine, with greater clarity, more wisdom, and to use that to do my part in the world. I know for anyone that has anything on their heart this day, as they lift it into our prayer this morning, that we in community surround that prayer with all of our love, and know its full and complete manifestation in this moment. And I'm so grateful. So grateful for this community, for the wisdom within it, for the love that is shared, for the different opinions and metaphors. It's the beauty and the multiplicity and the individuality of the one. We are so blessed. And in that blessing, I release this into the action and activity of law, knowing that this is already made manifest in each and every one of our lives. And so we just let it go, and we affirm the truth together by saying, and so it is.
Wide awake, open my eyes and my heart to the world in brilliant new ways. Watch all the colors combine and explode. Let them fill in the cracks and the unfinished parts of my soul. Here I go. I release and all my pain. Grab hold to the truth, made of a bond stronger than my chains. Free my spirit, let go of my pride, and put words to the ways that I love you for your sake and mine. All this love I found has lifted me up, now I see from higher ground. No view as sweet or profound as the me I see in all this love I have found. I stand on goodness like a rock. Hold out a hand to my brothers and sisters and help them stand up. Thank you, struggle. You know you made me strong. With every breath I am sure I am clear. I know I belong. All this love I found has lifted me up, now I see from higher ground. No view as sweet or profound as the me I see in all this love I have found. Ooh. All this love I found has lifted me up, now I see from higher ground. No view as sweet or profound as the me I see in all this love I have found. As the me I see in all this love I have found. Ooh, all this love I have found. Ooh. Thank you.
All right. Wonderful, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Reverend Joe, for a wonderful message this morning. Okay. Now it's time for our grateful giving. It's the time of our service for our spiritual practice of grateful giving, where we affirm and circulate that our financial abundance and support the mission, vision, and purpose of sharing this truth. We support the message of affirmative spirituality in our community. Ernest Holmes writes this: I know that my good is increased and multiplied as it is scattered. I am both an inlet and an outlet for the passage of divine love, life, and power. Wherever I go, then I shall impart the divine blessing which I have received. So I invite everybody here and everyone online to join us in the sacred practice this morning. We have many ways to give: a donation basket that will be circulated in just a moment, or we can use the QR code for a credit card, or our Zelle address, which is donations at scottsdalecsl.org. If you'd like to become a financial steward of our community, you can use our website and the donate button there to make your donation recurring and receive a weekly tithe ticket to place in the basket as a reminder of your commitment to this community and your own prosperity. If you are calling in greater prosperity, you can test our Money Finders Prosperity Program. uh, where you prove the principle of where we prove the principle, and what we focus on expands, and acknowledging all the unexpected money, goods, or services that come your way each week. And in gratitude, you circulate 10% in the envelope, and the rest of it stays with you. And you throw that out into circulation in the world. We also have a cash envelope with your name and email. You can provide your name and email on this so we can send you an accounting of all that at the end of the year. However you choose to give, please know that we receive your donation with deep and abiding grace and gratitude, as it allows us to continue to share and send our message out into the world. So I invite you to hold your gift over your heart if you're comfortable doing that, and join me in our affirmation. I am an open channel through which prosperity flows. I accept the divine flow of goodness, ideas, and substance through me now. I am grateful for my full and prosperous life, and so it is.
Gratitude for me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
And we are so very, very grateful for the abundance that has been shared with us here today. Grateful knowing that as this abundance is shared, it blesses both the giver and the receiver. Blesses every life that it touches as it moves through in an ever-expanding cycle of abundance, prosperity, life, joy, and health. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over in an ever-expanding cycle of good. Blessing the life of this church and the community that we serve. This wonderful center, Scottsdale Center of Spiritual Living. And so we let it be, and so it is. All right. Just a few reminders as we wrap up here today. If you like prayer, please can see me in the prayer room after the service, or leave a written prayer request in the prayer box, or on our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And Reverend Jill and I and Daniel will take that into prayer for you on your behalf for the week. Remember, you can stop by the front desk to make a financial contribution, sign up for a Grateful Gathering event, or make a donation towards our 10th anniversary garden party. So exciting. Next week, we will begin our March series, Living Our Values Every Day, as we march forward into the third month of 2025. Oh my goodness. And continue our year of intentional living. This month, we will turn our focus to our core values and discover what they are and how to live them. Reverend Jill's message next week is Unveiling Your Soul's True Priorities. And we will have live music with Lily Robert. Yay. So we'll gather together at 10 a.m. for the message, 9:30 for meditation, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Plus, there's a Wednesday night rebroadcast, just as a reminder, of the message from today at 7 p.m. on Facebook. All that and so much more. So if you will join me now and stand for our closing affirmation song. So, I live in peace and share my joy. I am empowered by spiritual truth. Today, I find hope through a higher perspective. And so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace.